Wajir town in northeastern Kenya. Due to the high temperatures in this town and lack of clean water, most residents here are fully reliant on bottled water. The town is littered with plastic bottles everywhere, and the challenge is lack of proper waste disposal system. However, if plastic bottles are disposed of properly, they are not a threat to the environment. On the outskirts of this town, we found this perimeter wall that has been constructed by the use of plastic bottles. This is the brainchild of Farhia Salat. In Wajir, the 30-year-old is a graduate of Asetepe University in Turkey and a resident of Wajir town.
During the lockdown, I sat and thought, what can I do to help with this situation? So I thought, well, we can't go to Nairobi, we can't go to school. Why don't I get my family together and we collect these plastic bottles and build a perimeter wall with it. And in Wajir, there is no recycling plant. The waste management is almost non-existent. It's people coming together and just throwing trash everywhere. So we thought the best way is let's first collect all the plastic bottles. We literally just took like sacks and we went around the neighborhood to collect the bottles. So we would go in the evenings when the sun is not too hot, we would collect bottles, me and my brothers and my sister, including my mom. The amount of bottles I needed was not like, it would have taken me a while because we were just using sacks, and a sack can carry about 30 bottles at once. So when I told my dad about it, my father's like, I will come and help you. He has a Land Cruiser that we could pack 1,500 plastic bottles at one go. So in the morning, we'd wake up early in the morning, we'd identify a place that we think that they have like lots of plastic bottles, and we'd wake up early and go there, and we'd go collect and just dump them in the car. Collect, dump them at the back. It has like a wide space, so we'd do. And when we get home, we would count each bottle that comes out of that vehicle. And you know, in Wajir where people live, everyone knows everyone. So we'd tell them, could you stop your daughter? She looks crazy. And I remember when one person said, no one is going to marry you, like if you walk around carrying plastic bottles. But I knew what I was doing, and I had the support of my parents. They did that with me and my brothers. The wall is about 200 feet that I wanted to do, and I estimated about 7 feet tall. So what I did is I measured the plastic bottles, like how many bottles make a feet. So we took like 3 bottles would make a feet, so we knew the feet would make a certain bottle and how high we wanted it to go. So we estimated it about to be 12,000 plastic bottles. I had like a central place that I was placing, and if you had walked into our home, you'd think it's like a recycling plant because the bottles had piled all the way to the wall. I think I did that for about 2-3 weeks. Everything together, we collected everything together, and then after that, now the other challenge was to find someone who knows how to build. So I found one person who had that knowledge of making like a house or a fence with that. On the site, we had to compact them with sand. And you have to compact it heavy, like you make sure there is no space. So like a completely compacted bottle is about 3 kilos. So once you compact it with sand, like the strength it like magnifies the strength. So I remember we even did an experiment with it where we put the one plastic bottle that is completely compacted, and we had a car run over and reverse back to it, and that plastic bottle remained intact. You cannot push that wall. You cannot, like you would have a better chance to knock down a brick wall than my plastic bottle wall. It's strong, it's durable, it's not expensive. The cost of making that wall is 1/3 of what you would to make a brick wall. And also it's bulletproof. We live in Wajir.
In a bid to get rid of the waste, the authorities have resorted to open burning of waste on the outskirts of this town. This has added the pollution menace in the environment. Every time it rains in the towns and cities, plastic water bottles are deposited into the rivers and block the drainage system. This creates a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes.
You're driving in the road and you see someone throwing off a bottle and you just wonder where that person is coming from. It is institutions like NEMA to be supported to do what they must be able to do, because there is capacity issue. They have no funding, and even the police themselves to be able to deal with this. So the only shortest route is to create businesses around this, so that people can notice that when I'm throwing this away, I'm actually throwing away money.
Tunaendelea kuhakikisha producers also take responsibility wa kuhakikisha hizi plastiki zimetolewa kwa mazingira.
While Farhia is doing her small bit to conserve the environment, it is no way the silver bullet to this problem, and we all need to do our bit to save Mother Nature. It is not only the responsibility of the government when it comes to environmental conservation, but we all have a role to play so as to have a better and good environment to live in. Kaburu, K24, the voice of nature.